Good morning, everyone. It's Dave from the Facebook Fraud Fighters Group. You can find us on Facebook at /groups/FightFraudNow. Today is Friday, October 25th, and here's your fraud update. We did have some success taking down one of the 4 pages we were targeting yesterday, the Home Depot tiny home scam. We still have the Chevy Silverado, Toyota 4Runner, and Aldi Supercenters pages up in a dormant state, and I'll explain what that means and why it's important. So these pages, which I'm going to call zombie pages, are dormant because either the fraudster has taken down all of the pages and identifying information, or Facebook has taken away the posts but not the page, and the scammer still has access. So this is important because the pages can be resurrected for another scam at a later date, and it'll be even more dangerous because it already has likes, followers, and looks even more legitimate. The page has been around a bit longer. So it's really important to take down these dormant pages. They also have value to other fraudsters because they look legitimate, because they already have a user base. They actually have a financial value and can be sold to another scammer who might run a similar scam. They might come up with an even worse scam. Users are also continuing to like and share the page for some reason. Usually it's because there are pictures they want to share, or the page that they're sharing from still has contest details. So this page continues to grow, gain value, gain potential victims. And then finally, the comments still are out there. So the fraudster can go after individuals who have left personal information. There's just a list of victims that they could just pursue, and now they have some legitimacy still. So we want to shut down these pages. Shutting them down is the same as shutting down an active page, which is first report the scam page itself. You click the 3 dots just below the banner, choose Find Support or Report a Page, then select Scams or Fake Pages, and then finally, either pretending to be another page if it's pretending to be from a Lowe's, Home Depot, Red Lobster, some other brand, or you could just do fake page if it seems like a more generic contest. So step 2 is the same, but reporting each post. You use the 3 symbols this time at the top right of the post, then you go Find Support or Report Post, then something else, and then select Fraud or Scam. If there's multiple posts, you could do this for each post. It just increases the chances that it'll be seen and be taken down. Number 3 is you can warn people who have shared the page. It's still accessible. You can click the numbers share link that's just above the share button, and optionally, when you get to the screen, you can call attention to each of the shares with an angry face. Some of these shares you're not going to be allowed to comment on if they're in closed groups, so that might be your only way to communicate. If you can comment, use the comment button to leave a polite comment on why it's a scam, warn them, ask them to take it down. You can give details about the scam. If you need help coming up with some verbiage for that, definitely come by the group and we'll help you craft some warnings. So the other things that you can do is you can find the actual company page if it's a brand that's being imitated. You can then make sure that that page has the small round ball with the check mark. That means it's a verified page. From there, you can message the page, and usually they have a customer service person who will respond. You can ask them to forward this link to their either legal or advertising department. You can also leave comments on the fraud posts themselves, but we found that that's a little less useful. A lot of people don't go back to look after they've made a comment. They think that that's just what they need to do to enter. It's still worth doing a couple of comments. Some people do look. If you save 1 or 2 people, it's worth it. And lastly, raise awareness. And that's what the rest of this video is going to be about, very briefly. So our goals and strategy primarily are to educate others on fraud and scams. By doing that, we don't have to worry about the pages as much themselves, because if people aren't falling for the scammers are not going to take the time to create these pages. We do need to still try to take down these scams, and the best ways right now are what I explained before, although we'll constantly be updating as Facebook kind of changes their methods and how they review scams. We'll update our strategies. And that actually comes to one of our biggest goals, which is, and we can't do this quite yet, but as we grow, we want to influence Facebook policy and their actions in terms of fraud. We want to have a say in their policies. We want to be heard when we report scams, and that will come in time as our numbers grow. So that's part of our strategy, is actually to recruit more members to the group. The group is kind of like the army. That's where we can go to trade information, report scams, ask for help taking down scams. The group is more of the active population of our effort. We also have the page, which we are getting more and more followers, and I'm actually going to go over the numbers because they're encouraging. The page is more for people who want to stay up to date on scams. They might not necessarily want to participate in taking them down, but that's where we're posting videos, we're posting PSAs, and we're trying to get the word out. So when you're sharing, you could invite people to the group if you think that they would like to be an active participant in helping fight the scams and fraud, or you can share the page or assets on the page if you think that it's something that just the general population might want to know, or something that somebody might want to follow to stay up to date on scams. And we've had some pretty good growth doing this so far. So far, it's all been organic. I don't boost the posts. I'm not asking you to just share to excuse me, random groups and timelines. If you do know people or groups that would benefit, definitely please share. But I'm trying to grow this in a fair way and not stoop to how the scammers actually get the word out. So far, the page itself has 124 follows. We have reached this week 4,532 posts, and we've had 1,533 video views. And the group is growing too. We've had 17 new members this week, and that brings us up to a total of 53 members. So more follows, reaches, followers, views means more scams reported and more users alerted. So let's keep up the momentum and keep growing the group. And I want to thank everybody who's joined recently, everybody who's come to let us know about scams, and a lot of people are very enthusiastic about helping us stop scams. I appreciate every one of you. So to the end of getting more people informed and getting the word out, we did put out a new PSA on the 23rd. We're asking people to share that to their friends and timelines if they feel it's appropriate. It's tailored to the most current scam, and it's intended to educate users primarily, but if they see where it's from and they like the content, maybe they'll join our group. So this week was concentrated mostly on the scam contests. We'll update as time goes by. I want to put out one of these at least once a week. You don't have to share every one, but if one kind of strikes a chord or you haven't shared one in a while, it'll just be a resource for you to be able to get the word out. So thank you very much. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you again on Monday, although I'll still be monitoring things over the weekend if you want to report any successes or new scams that come up. So thanks a lot and have a great one.